if I knew that this was gonna be the outcome, like, I would have never done something like this, but you don't know when you're in the moment. Like, it was so, like, I just felt so stupid.
Rihanna just made a move that could change everything for the Kardashians, and it's not what you're thinking. Forget just a petty feud with Kendall. This goes all the way to the top, involving power, influence, and a shocking decision that could ban the Kardashians from one of the most exclusive events in the fashion world, the 2025 Met Gala. What's really going on behind the scenes? You won't believe the drama that's been building up between Rihanna, A$AP Rocky, and the Kardashians, especially Kendall. Trust me, this story is way messier than you think, and the truth is far more explosive than anything we've heard before. Stay with me, because things are about to get wild. Okay, so here's where things get interesting. Word on the street is that Rihanna and Anna Wintour, yes, the legendary editor of Vogue, just made a deal that could be a game changer. Rihanna's baby daddy, A$AP Rocky, is now part of the Met Gala's board committee, and it's no coincidence. Sources are saying that Rihanna's pulling strings behind the scenes to make sure the Kardashians are banned from attending the 2025 event. That's right, the Met Gala, one of the biggest and most exclusive nights in fashion, and the Kardashians could be shut out. Why? Well, things between Rihanna and the Kardashian family have been tense for years, and it seems like Rihanna's had enough. But how did it all come to this? You've got to hear the rest of this story, because there's way more to it than a simple red carpet snub. When the Kardashians caught wind of this alleged ban, let's just say they were livid. According to sources close to the family, they've been trying to get to the bottom of why Rihanna is so hell-bent on making sure they don't set foot at the 2025 Met Gala. You can imagine the tension behind closed doors. This isn't just about fashion anymore, it's personal. But here's where it gets even juicier. Kendall Jenner, the one Kardashian who's been involved in this feud from the start, is reportedly furious. She's not having any of it. In fact, according to insiders, Kendall has been accusing Rihanna of still holding a grudge over their past history, even going as far as to call Rihanna jealous of her. I know, right? That accusation might sound a little wild and maybe even delusional to some, but trust me, it's not as crazy as it seems once you hear about the real history between these two. Hold tight, because the truth behind their bad blood is far deeper than what you might expect. But the feud between Rihanna and Kendall goes deeper than just fashion shows and red carpets. It's personal, and it's complicated. The two aren't just rivals in the modeling and fashion industry. They're caught up in a tangled web of relationships, jealousy, and old wounds that run much deeper than people realize. Let's talk about A$AP Rocky, the man who's at the center of all this drama. Back in 2016, Kendall and A$AP were inseparable. They were spotted together in Paris, New York, Miami, and even Los Angeles. Their chemistry was undeniable, and it seemed like something was definitely going on between them. Sources close to them said they were more than just casual friends, and there was no denying the sparks flying between them. They were seen getting very close, especially at events like Coachella, where they were all over each other. Then bam, Rihanna enters the picture. She and A$AP Rocky had always been close friends, but around the time that Kendall and Rocky's relationship was heating up, Rihanna started making her move. Word on the street is that Rihanna wanted more than just friendship with Rocky, but at the time, he was still very much involved with Kendall, and that's when things began to get tense. Rihanna was feeling the heat, and she didn't hide it. Now, you might think this is just a love triangle, right? But it gets even more complicated when we throw in Chris Brown. Yep, you guessed it. The same Chris Brown who notoriously assaulted Rihanna back in 2009. And here's where the story takes a darker turn. According to multiple sources, Kendall was rumored to have gotten close to Chris at one point. It wasn't just rumors either. There were several reports that Kendall and Chris were spotted together, and this only added more fuel to the fire. For Rihanna, this was like a slap in the face. To her, Kendall's connection with Chris wasn't just a coincidence. It was a calculated move to get back at her for everything that had happened. Think about it, Rihanna had already been through hell and back with Chris Brown, and now Kendall was involved with him? Sources close to Rihanna claim that she saw this as Kendall deliberately trying to rub salt in old wounds, as if to say, I'm here, and I'm taking what you had. This act of betrayal was like pouring gasoline on an already raging fire between the two. And to add even more drama to the mix, Rihanna made sure to exclude Kendall from her highly popular Savage X Fenty fashion show. Over the years, Rihanna had invited her close friends like Gigi and Bella Hadid to walk in the show, but Kendall, nope, she was nowhere to be seen. Some people might have seen it as a snub, but for Rihanna, this was more than just a casual decision. It was a calculated message. She was drawing a line in the sand, making it clear that Kendall would never be part of her world. This wasn't just about a personal issue anymore. Rihanna had made it about professional respect, and she wasn't about to let Kendall or her entire family take credit for something they hadn't earned. So now, with all this bad blood between them, it's no surprise that Rihanna's actions seem to have escalated. If you thought the tension was bad before, it's now reached a boiling point. The personal conflicts, the past relationships, and the underlying jealousy have all come to a head, and we're left wondering, how far is Rihanna willing to go to get her revenge on Kendall and the Kardashians? And what will be the fallout from all of this? Now, let's take it back a few years to understand where all this animosity between Rihanna and Kendall really began. It all started in 2012 when Rihanna was performing in concert and Kendall, just 16 at the time, jokingly tweeted that she'd be upset if Rihanna didn't perform a specific song. Now, Kendall was just being a fan, right? But Rihanna didn't see it that way. Instead of laughing it off, Rihanna clapped back with a sharp response telling Kendall to herself. That moment seemed like a joke at first, but it was the spark that ignited a much bigger feud, and as it turns out, this wasn't the only time Rihanna came for Kendall. Fast forward to 2015, and Rihanna's anger flared up again when Kendall, using her industry connections, managed to get her friend Jordan Dunn kicked out of the Victoria's Secret fashion show so she could replace her. When Rihanna found out, she was livid. She pulled out of the show and didn't hesitate to let everyone know her feelings. Jordan Dunn herself went public, revealing that Rihanna had her back. And while Rihanna's response might have seemed dramatic, this was just the beginning of a long history of shady moments between the two. Fast forward to 2017, and the tension between Rihanna and Kendall reached a whole new level. Kendall, who had already built a solid reputation in the fashion world, found herself up for the Fashion Icon of the Decade award at New York Fashion Week. Guess who didn't win? That's right, Rihanna. Now, Rihanna didn't publicly comment on the snub, but trust me, it was clear from the inside that she wasn't thrilled about it. Kendall, with her famous family pulling strings, ended up taking home the award, and Rihanna wasn't about to let it slide quietly. She showed her true feelings in 2018 when the two crossed paths again at the Met Gala. According to sources, Rihanna made a pointed remark about body types, saying, "Good thing I have the curves to pull this off. I would hate to be a stick figure." And if that wasn't enough, Rihanna didn't stop there. She made sure to stare at Kendall after making the comment, laughed in her face, and walked away. The message was crystal clear. Rihanna was still holding on to a lot of bad feelings about Kendall's rise to fame. If you thought the personal conflicts were already intense, let me take you deeper into the drama. This time, with Savage X Fenty, Rihanna's fashion line, which has become a massive success, isn't just about lingerie. It's about empowering women. And for Rihanna, it's a reflection of everything she stands for. But when it came to Kendall Jenner, it seems like she wasn't about to let her in on that exclusive world. While Rihanna invited her closest friends and models, Gigi Hadid, Bella Hadid, and others, to walk in the Savage X Fenty shows year after year, Kendall was left out in the cold. This wasn't a simple oversight. It was a deliberate decision. Rihanna knew what she was doing. She made it clear that Kendall wasn't welcome, even though she had allowed other top models to join in the festivities. But why exclude Kendall? Was it just the feud over fashion, or was it more personal? According to sources close to Rihanna, the decision to leave Kendall out was due to her deep frustration with the entire Kardashian Jenner family. Rihanna allegedly believes that the Kardashians have gotten to where they are by stealing from Black culture, using it to profit off of trends and imagery they didn't create. This isn't just speculation, it's a sentiment Rihanna has expressed more than once. And it's not just Kendall she has an issue with. Rihanna has always been outspoken about cultural appropriation, and she feels that the Kardashians, especially Kendall, have been guilty of profiting off of Black culture in ways that are disrespectful. A prime example, Kendall's tequila brand. Remember that TikTok video where a Hispanic woman called Kendall out for appropriating Mexican culture? The woman exposed Kendall for launching her own version of tequila, despite having no real understanding or experience with the drink. She went as far as criticizing Kendall's ability to even pronounce the names of the tequilas correctly. The backlash was huge, and it seems like Rihanna was one of those who didn't take too kindly to this, especially since Kendall's tequila brand was launched under the guise of authentic Mexican culture. Yet it was clear she was just slapping her name on a product she didn't understand. Rihanna, being passionate about protecting Black and Latino cultures, saw this as yet another example of the Kardashians using cultural appropriation to advance their empire. And while Kendall might have thought she was above criticism, it was clear that Rihanna wasn't going to let this slide. It wasn't just about the tequila, it was about a bigger issue that Rihanna has been fighting against for years. Rihanna reportedly feels that Kendall, and by extension the Kardashian Jenner family, have made their millions off of trends that they don't have any real ownership of. And this is the heart of the tension. Rihanna isn't just upset about fashion rivalries or past personal issues. She's angry about what she sees as a blatant disregard for cultural appreciation. This, more than anything else, seems to have fueled Rihanna's cold war with the Kardashians. With all of this bad blood boiling over, it's no wonder that Rihanna would take such drastic steps to keep Kendall out of her world, both professionally and personally. But Rihanna's not done yet. She's playing the game her way now, using her connections and influence to get back at the Kardashians in a way only she can. Now, here's where the story takes an even more explosive turn. After everything that's happened, the tension, the personal insults, the exclusion from Rihanna's world, things have gone beyond petty drama. The latest twist: sources close to Rihanna claim that she's actively working behind the scenes to get the Kardashians banned from the 2025 Met Gala. And you better believe that people are talking. Why would Rihanna go to such lengths? Well, let's not forget ASAP Rocky, her baby daddy, has just been added to the Met Gala board committee. For the first time, he has a say in who gets to attend, who gets the spotlight, and perhaps most importantly, who doesn't. And according to these anonymous sources, Rihanna's been using that power to make it crystal clear that she does not want the Kardashians at that event. Now, before you say this sounds like pure gossip, you have to understand why this rumor has legs. There's been a long history of bad blood between Rihanna and Kendall, and by extension, the entire Kardashian clan. So it's not hard to believe that Rihanna would use her influence to exclude them from something as important as the Met Gala, especially if she feels it's her chance to hit them where it hurts. But here's the kicker, we don't even know if this is true. Some people are skeptical about the source of the leak, suggesting it might just be another rumor. Could Rihanna really be this petty? Or is this just another attempt to stir up drama? We can't say for sure, but what we do know is that this rumor has taken off like wildfire, and people are eating it up. Some think it's totally believable that Rihanna would go this far, given everything that's happened over the years. Others believe that Rihanna is too big of a star to worry about petty rivalries. One person even commented that the Kardashians just don't want to go to the Met Gala and are using Rihanna as a scapegoat to make it seem like she's the one causing the issue. But let's be real, could it really be this simple? And here's where things get even more interesting. If Rihanna really is pushing for the Kardashian ban, it could have huge consequences. Not only would it be a blow to the family's public image, but it would also be a huge statement about the power dynamic between these two iconic women. Rihanna is no stranger to making bold moves, and this could be the ultimate flex in her ongoing feud with Kendall and the Kardashians. Is Rihanna really out here pulling strings to get the Kardashians banned from the Met Gala? Or is this just another piece of gossip designed to stir up chaos? One thing's for sure, people are watching closely and they can't wait to see how this one plays out. Now, as with any juicy celebrity rumor, there's always room for doubt, and this story is no exception. While the allegations of Rihanna plotting to ban the Kardashians from the Met Gala are being talked about everywhere, there's also a lot of skepticism surrounding the whole situation. Could Rihanna really be bothered enough to go this far? Is this all just another piece of gossip blown out of proportion? Some people believe that Rihanna is simply too powerful, too successful, and too focused on her own empire to waste time on petty feuds like this. After all, Rihanna's career has skyrocketed in ways that most celebrities can only dream of. She's an international superstar with her music, her fashion empire, and her beauty brand. Does she really need to get involved in a rivalry with the Kardashians? Some argue that Rihanna's bigger than all this drama, that she doesn't care about the Kardashians enough to go out of her way to sabotage them. Then there's There's the theory that the Kardashians, ever the media-savvy family, might just be spinning the narrative to their advantage. Could it be that the Kardashians don't actually want to go to the 2025 Met Gala? After all, they've never been shy about creating drama and stirring up buzz for their brand. Maybe they're just playing the victim in this situation to keep the storyline alive and keep the media's eyes on them. On the flip side, some people totally buy into this story, believing it's totally in character for Rihanna. Let's not forget, she's never been one to shy away from speaking her mind or taking action when she feels wronged. If Rihanna's really using her influence through A$AP Rocky to get the Kardashians banned, it's a bold move, but not entirely out of the realm of possibility. After all, this is the same woman who's called out people on social media, made bold fashion choices that ruffled feathers, and built an empire by staying true to herself, no matter what anyone thinks. People are split on whether Rihanna would really go to such lengths, but the speculation is what's keeping this story alive. The drama surrounding this feud is only escalating, and the public can't get enough of it. And here's the kicker. With the Met Gala just around the corner, everyone's waiting to see if this supposed plot will actually come to fruition. Will Rihanna's alleged plans unfold, or will it all turn out to be nothing but a rumor? Only time will tell. So, what's the real story here? Is Rihanna genuinely orchestrating the downfall of the Kardashians at the 2025 Met Gala? Or is this all just another scandalous rumor designed to grab attention? With all the drama, bad blood, and personal history between Rihanna and Kendall, it's hard to say what's fact and what's fiction. What we do know is that Rihanna isn't one to back down from a fight, and if there's even a shred of truth to these allegations, things are about to get very interesting. One thing's for sure, the rivalry between Rihanna and the Kardashians is far from over, and if these rumors are anything to go by, it's only going to get messier. Whether Rihanna's plotting her revenge or just sitting back, unbothered by it all, the world is watching. The 2025 Met Gala will surely be one to remember, and who knows, maybe it'll be Rihanna who has the last laugh. So, what do you think? Is Rihanna really trying to get the Kardashians banned, or is this all just a part of the drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're not already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon for more juicy stories. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.